I bet most of you feel nostalgia when I show you this image of a Nintendo DS. And that's alright, but for me, this picture of a Game Boy brings even more nostalgia. The game I probably played the most on this bad boy was Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins. It's a fun game with 6 different theme worlds and it can be completed in a couple hours top. It's the perfect game to make a challenge out of. However, don't you think the graphics need a little more color? That's way better now. And you know what? We've seen Mario more than enough on this channel, so let's give the stage to my boy Luigi. Now this is perfect. Today, we'll try to beat this game without touching left. The rules are simple. We are going to try to beat Super Mario Land 2 without ever pressing left. Except on the world map, okay? Because we kinda have to. There's lots of levels that are on your left at all times and come on, those don't count, okay? Anyways, let's do this. This game starts off with an intro level meant to teach you the ropes. And obviously, everybody watching this video right now is a pro gamer, and this is a Mario game, okay? It's pretty simple. Jumping on enemies kills them, collecting coins is okay but kinda cringe, and the green mushrooms, they give you 1-up. Alright, good? Everybody's on the same page? Cool. Let's move to the real first level, Tree Zone. Tree Zone 1 is a simple level where you're always going right, so pressing left is not really required at all, but you have to watch out for those pits you can fall into, because they do lead into some caves you can explore, which is cool, but these caves often lead to dead ends, and without the ability to move back left, well, this is a big problem. Tree Zone 2 takes place inside of the tree itself, and all of the tree sap can be quite annoying as controlling Luigi's momentum is almost impossible without pressing left, but we can still do it with some practice. Once you reach the midpoint bell, well, make sure not to go in the bottom path over there, because if you don't have any bunny ears, well, you won't be able to collect those from this question mark block, because it's up there and we'd have to move left, which we sadly can't. And with all of the spikes on the way, well, you'll die for sure. Go for the top path, which is all good. Tree Zone 4 is a difficult level because there are so many enemies on the way and you often have to bounce on them to avoid taking damage, and the momentum you collect from the bounces can be very bad and lead you to death. Speaking of death, when you reach this part of the level with those egg enemies, you definitely want to be on top of these blocks, because it's almost impossible to survive this part without pressing left. Tree Zone 5 takes place in the sky, and you'll have to stand on floating platforms, clouds, and birds to make your way to the end. Not being able to push left can make you undershoot or overshoot certain jumps and lead you to death, but with a bit of practice, you'll soon reach the end pipe and the boss of this world, Mr. Bird. And here is how you defeat Mr. Bird. Yep, that's it. You just wait for him and you bounce 3 times on his head. Well, that was pretty dumb and easy. To reach the next zone, we first have to go in this hippo level, and basically for this one, jump into this bubble and float all the way to the right to beat the stage. Since you cannot push left, well, you cannot ever stop that bubble, so just make sure to aim for the final bell to beat the stage, and that's it. With that level done, we have reached Space Zone 1, and I was afraid the low gravity would be a big enemy in this quest. You know, because of us not being able to push left to stop the momentum, but thankfully, well, this level is kind of easy. Do short hops when needed, and big jumps when you need to clear the gaps, and this level will be done in no time. Space Zone 2 is an auto-scroller where you have 0 gravity, so you kind of fly all over the place. I suggest staying on the left side of the screen and letting it push you, so you only have to focus on moving up and down to avoid the evil star enemies. You might have to take some damage on your way to the end of the stage to go through some stars, but soon you will reach the boss, Mr. Alien. And to defeat this dude, well, use the same strategy as you use with Mr. Bird. Don't move and wait for him to move on the left side and jump 3 times on his head. Man, these bosses are so easy. It's time to go to Macro Zone, and the first level is pretty easy. It contains a bunch of annoying spiky ants that you have to avoid, but besides those bad dudes, everything's good. I wish I could say the same thing about Macro Zone 2, a level that starts off fine, with a couple more ants to avoid and some underwater sections that are actually pretty cool. But soon we'll reach this pipe and... oh no... we have to move left in order to continue through this level. Ugh, this is so annoying. Well, here's the first left press of this quest. But thankfully, this was the end of the stage, so after that, we're all good. Macro Zone 3 contains a bunch of moving treadmills, and these things allow you to move left without pushing left, which is kinda cool. But yet again, the end of the stage will be a disaster. You have to climb up this tower of red bricks by moving left and right in those openings, and sadly there is just no way to skip that part. I had to push left 3 times just to climb it. This is just ridiculous. 4 left presses in 2 levels. Nah, you know what? I can't have that. And I might not have to. There is actually a secret exit in Macro Zone 1 if you go there with a fire flower. Basically, you'll have to jump to reveal those hidden blocks, and then you'll have to quickly move left and break those bricks to open up the pipe. It does cost us 1 left press, sure, but it leads us to a secret level that makes us avoid going to Macro Zone 2 and 3, and this saves us a total of 3 left presses, so we're only back to 1. Yay, I guess? Thankfully, the Macro Zone secret level is an easy auto-scroller that only wants you going right, so you'll never have to push left here. Macro Zone 4 is also a very easy stage if you avoid all of the potential dead ends on your way to the end. Just play your cards right and you'll reach the boss, Mr. Rat. I do have to admit that this boss is not as easy as the previous 2, because his attack pattern is pretty random. My tip here is to go in the center of the stage and hope that he never falls down from the ceiling onto your head. And if you're lucky enough, you'll get a good pattern and will be able to defeat him with 3 simple jumps. Welcome to Pumpkin Zone, the scariest world in this game, and it's not scary because of this weird enemy that has a knife planted in his head. No, it's scary because of this green pipe that leads to yet another area where we need to move left to go down the stairs. Ugh, so annoying! Here's another left press we have to do. Thankfully, there are no more scary parts in this stage, but dang, I feel like the game is doing it on purpose. It's trying to sabotage me, and I don't like it. Pumpkin 2 is an easy level and is also home of my favorite enemies in this game, the hamburger dudes! Yeah, they look so yummy, with some ketchup and some fries on the side. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Yet again, you will eventually reach a cave where we need to move up by going through pipes, and you guessed it, we have to move left to do so. Oh my gosh, Mario Land 2, why would you do this to me? That's not nice. Pumpkin 3 is a weird level that contains some ghosts of dead Goombas. This is kinda scary, but not as scary as this part where, in order to move on to the other side of that wall, well, you have to push left yet again. You know what? I was wrong. Pumpkin Zone is very scary. Thankfully, Pumpkin 4 is actually easy. Yeah, for real. And you don't even have to move left at all to beat it. Oof, finally, a nice level. The witch boss is not that nice though, as defeating it will require you to go onto the right side and wait for him to appear and time your jumps in order to jump on his head without taking damage. It is a little bit tricky and it took me a while, but it is possible. Welcome to Mario Zone, a zone that is actually just a big statue of Mario. Okay, sure, whatever, let's do this. The first level contains a bunch of cogs and gears, and you have to jump onto those in order to climb up. And sadly, all of this verticality will force us to eventually push left. But only one time, so it's not that bad, right? Mario Zone 2 is an easy level that's full of balls, and you will often have to stand on some of these moving balls to avoid taking damage, but it's kind of easy anyways. Mario Zone 3 is also very easy, as you just have to get this crane to grab onto you and carry you to the end of the stage. Nice! Mario Zone 4 is full of Lego blocks and it's actually so cool looking. And thankfully, yet again, we can beat this stage without having to push left at all. The boss is pretty difficult though. Those 3 little piggies have to be defeated and timing your jumps is quite difficult, especially on the last one. Keep in mind that you have to successfully jump on their heads for a total of 9 times to beat them, and all of this without moving too far off to the right, or else you'll be stuck there. It took me quite a while and I died over and over again, but eventually I managed to defeat those and get my golden coin. Yes! Let's visit the Turtle Zone, a world that will feature a lot of water. And the first level is actually full of it. It's kind of easy though, as we can avoid moving left. Duck to avoid this shark and keep swimming up until you reach the end. Turtle Zone 2 is a level that takes place in a sunken submarine, and the first part isn't that bad, but we'll soon reach this maze of pipes that lead you to the end. And as you can see, we sadly have to move left quite a lot to get to the end. We have to push left 5 times in this single stage. This is ridiculous. Turtle 3 is thankfully way nicer of a level, and going left will not be needed at all. The boss, Mr. Octopus, is also super easy and you won't have to go left at all. With this boss defeated, we have all 6 golden coins and can finally reach the final level. Welcome to Wario's Castle, a level that contains fire, lava, and dangerous hazards on the way. Sadly, it also contains stairs and a section where you need to push left quite a lot. Thankfully, I did find a trick to save the left presses in this castle. If you hold down the left button, well, you'll move left, duh. But if you crouch while still holding left, you'll stop moving. This allows us to save our left presses throughout this entire section and avoid pressing it more than needed. But sadly, even with that amazing technique, we'll still have to push left 3 times. Dang it! The fight against Wario is kind of tricky, but if you have some power-ups, you'll be able to take some damage while still jumping on his head, and there we go. Wario is defeated, the castle is back and belongs to Luigi... To Mario? What? Luigi did all of the job and Mario gets the credit? Man, life is unfair. Kinda like how this game was unfair to me. So, is it possible to beat Super Mario Land 2 without pressing left? Well, no, sadly. There were so many places where we were forced to move left for absolutely no reason at all, and that was a little bit frustrating. The minimum amount of left presses needed is 13, which is quite a lot. Oh well, at least I tried. Thanks a lot for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, well, make sure to subscribe, to give this video a like, and to share it with your friends and family. This helps me out a lot. Tap the cards on screen right now for more challenges and videos, and you know what? I'll see you in the next one. Bye!